Hey guys, MGH here and welcome back to the last episode of this 5-part series where I've been looking at players that will be in FIFA 13 and giving them my own ratings that I would put them in the game if I could. So we're going to be looking at 5 key stats for Andres Iniesta at the start here, the Barcelona midfielder, and talk about why I would give him these stats. So the first one we're going to talk about is vision at the bottom right there. I've given him 96 out of 100. Now, in my opinion, his best part of his game is playmaking, passing that ball into space, and that comes down to his vision. He can read the game just as well as any other player in the world, if not better. He picks out some passes that no one else sees, that we don't even see on TV. From a bird's eye point of view, he still sees those passes. Now, a lot of people compare him to Xavi in this sense. I think Iniesta makes a better pass than Xavi in some senses. I think Xavi makes maybe more accurate passes, but in terms of vision and seeing a pass that no one else sees, I think Iniesta is going to very quickly overtake Xavi, because obviously Xavi's getting old now. So vision-wise, he should be the best in the game at that. Now, short passing, which ties in with vision, I've given him 94 out of 100. Like I said, his short passes, although they're not as accurate as Xavi's, and I think Xavi would have maybe a 96 short pass, but his short passes are, just as good as Xavi's. They just might not be as accurate sometimes. I think his short passing should be 94 or so. The next thing I want to talk about is reactions. Now, this is all part of reading the game. I think Xavi's got this as well. This is why they're compared all the time, like why I am now. Reactions-wise, Iniesta is very quick to react to certain things. He knows when to get back, he knows when to get forward, and depending on what's happening in the game, he seems to read it very quickly, and quicker than most players on the field. And I think part of the reason why Barcelona have been so successful over the years is because Iniesta can control the game in that sense. He's like their, I wouldn't say their engine. I think Xavi's the engine. I think Iniesta just provides that extra quality wherever he's put on the pitch. He can play in any position really, up towards the forward side of the team. So I think reactions-wise, he should be up there, the best in the game as well. The last 2 stats I want to talk about are his ball control and dribbling. Again, he's another player that when he's got the ball, he's very majestic. He goes past people like they're not even there. He plays it off into 1-2s, gets the ball back, and just literally jogs past people as if they are ghosts, So I think ball control about 90 and dribbling about 92. I think that's about right. And I guess the reason I've given him so many good stats like that, I think he should be the best midfielder in the game. I think he should be rated 92 overall. He's only, I think he's 91, is he, in the current game, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 92 overall is about right. He's definitely improved since last year, just that teeny little bit to earn him a bit more of a rating in FIFA 13, in my opinion. So let's talk about some facts about his career so far. Okay, so Iniesta currently plays as an attacking midfielder for Barcelona and the Spanish national team. He is very well known from playing a vital role for Spain in the 2010 World Cup final, as he scored the winning goal against Netherlands whilst also being named man of the match. But he is often compared to his teammate and fellow international Xavi. He has made a total of 462 club appearances, scoring 46 goals. He is known for his clear-cut passes and playmaking abilities, not for scoring goals, however. He's currently regarded as one of the best, if not the best midfielders in the world. Okay, so the last player I want to talk about in this series, this very fast 5-part series. Hope you've watched them all, by the way, guys. They're all pretty cool videos. I'm really proud of them. But the last player I want to talk about is Christian Eriksen, the Danish god. He's only 19 years old, and they've put so much pressure on this poor kid's shoulder. They're saying he's going to be the next big thing. He's got a lot to live up to. So let's talk about some of his key stats. So again, we're going to start off with vision. 90 I've given him. He's very much like Iniesta in the sense he plays that central attacking midfield role. Obviously, he plays for a different team, though. It's Ajax instead in the Dutch league. But vision-wise, Eriksen is very similar to Iniesta. He picks out those passes that no one else sees. Now, he's not a complete master at it. I think he's definitely, top 100 in the world in terms of vision. But he's good for his age, and just imagine how good he's going to be in a couple of years. So I want to talk about his short passing as well. So I've given him an 88. I could give him more, but I feel like sometimes he does make the odd mistake and the wrong decision. And I think that comes down to reactions as well, which I'm going to talk about after this. So short passing, 88, I think is about right. Sometimes it can be a little inaccurate. I think that's down to experience. So let's talk about reaction. So reacting to the way the game's going is part of making good passes, right? It's part of reading the match. I think sometimes because he's lacking a lot of experience that someone like Iniesta does have, which is probably the down part of his game. It's just his age. I think when Eriksen's about 25, 26, he'll be a master of passing. He could be, like the next Iniesta, the next Xavi, the next David Silva, all Spanish, of course. And I'd like to see Eriksen do well. He's an interesting player. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him this summer in the Euros. The final two stats I want to talk about are his strength. So 52. He's a very young player, and the reason I want to talk about strength is because I want it to be a little bit more varied in the next game. Now, I know in FIFA 12 you have a lot of players who have 40, and then a lot of players who have 90. I think they need to vary it a bit more. I think players like Christian Eriksen, they should be relatively weak because they're so good on the ball and good technically that they should be easily pushed off. They're quite young. He's not exactly a tall guy. He's only 5'10". He's about average. And being 19, he's not going to be a huge guy. So I think overall strength should maybe come down in this game a little bit. And the last thing I want to talk about with him is his dribbling. I've given him an 83. So on the ball, like I said, he's great at his passing. His vision is great. But he tends to be playing with his head down. He doesn't seem to pick out the passes as much as he could. But when he obviously sticks his head up, he makes a good pass. He just needs to make sure that when he's dribbling around, he needs to make sure he looks up and make sure no one's right behind him or coming in him to make a tackle. Coming in him? That sounds really bad. Coming at him, I should say, with a strong tackle. Otherwise, he's going to get injured, and that could ruin his career. So, Eriksen, definitely a future player that I think will be one to watch. But let's talk about some of his career and some of the facts he's got, and then after that, that will be the end of the video. So, thank you very much for watching all the parts, guys. Don't forget, click in the bottom right to go to the click the top right to go back to each episode, or you can click on the bottom right to look at all the episodes in the playlist. So, thank you for watching, guys, and enjoy the facts. Eriksen is another young player who is thought to be become one of the best players in the world at some point in his career. He also plays as an attacking midfielder like Iniesta, except for Ajax in the Dutch league. He was the youngest player to feature in the 2010 World Cup, and in 2011 he was named the Dutch Football Talent of the Year as well as the Danish Football Player of the Year. So far he has played 112 matches for Ajax, scoring 17 goals, but more importantly he has assisted 35 goals. He is thought to be the surprise young player of the Euro tournament.